Hello, my YouTube friends. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, please hit the subscribe button so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Also, if you're interested in a private reading with me, please book online on my website at www.goldentruthtarot.com. Okay, my friends, let's get started. Today, I'm going to be doing your tarot reading predictions for the month of September for all you Cancers. Okay, Cancer, what do I see for you in the first week of September? With the Sun card, I see the first week you're going to be receiving some very good news. I see happiness, I see joy, I see a lot of focus on your children. For those of you who are planning on having children, this is a great time to get pregnant. I see, as I said, good news, abundance. You will feel very happy, very optimistic for the future. You will also feel generous. You will want to help other people. So really, really good news and happiness during this first week. And for some of you might even be thinking about going somewhere or really enjoying time with your family and with your loved ones, maybe a vacation or a short quick vacation for a few days, anything of that sort. But I see you very content and really enjoying life and very prosperous and just very optimistic about the future. Okay, and what else we have in the second week? We have the King of Wands. Okay, so some of you Cancers are dealing with a fire sign. Either their sun is in a fire sign, or their ascendant, meaning a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. So one of these three signs. This person is. It can be a loved one for some of you. It can be a partner, a friend, a person that you work with, somebody that is higher up than you. But this person is very successful, especially when it comes to business. He's has a lot of leadership qualities, very strong, very determined, a lot of willpower. Somebody that they know what they want and they go for it full force. It's also a person that is very passionate, a person that is very charming, very charismatic. One of those people that once they enter the room, you know they're there, that they have arrived, like the center of attention. They have a great sense of humor. They usually take good care of their appearance, their looks, and if this is a partner, you are in a very loving, passionate, long-term relationship, because this person knows what they want, and if they have chosen to be with you, that's because they see something long-term. If this is a business partner, or somebody that is higher up than you, a supervisor or manager, then they will help you in your career journey, because they know they have worked hard in their life, they have reached their goals, and now they also want to help other people as well. So this is good support for you, especially when it comes to business and your goals and your plans for the future. Okay. Also, one thing for those of you who are in a relationship with this fire signs tend to be a bit flirty, and they tend to, they're not faithful, but they have this charisma about them, they have this charm about them that it comes very natural to them. And they also have the tendency to be a bit superficial. So that fire starts out, like that relationship starts out full force, a lot of energy, a lot of love, lots of passion, and then it kind of, if they get bored, it kind of dies down, and then they start kind of looking around. So be careful with that. They're not as deep as you guys are, as a water sign is. Water signs, Scorpios, Pisces and Cancers are very deep emotion. They want to create very strong, deep emotional connections. Uh, but yeah, there's also other factors to keep in mind. This is a general reading, depends on the person that might have their sun sign in in a fire sign, but their moon sign might be in a water sign, so you might be more compatible there. Just as a general kind of tip to keep in mind with the King of Wands and with the fire signs, to make sure things don't get too boring. There's always a sense of spiciness and a sense of keeping things exciting, adventure, doing things spontaneously. That kind of energy with them. Okay. And in the third week, with the Ace of Swords, I see. Okay. I gotta push back this cards because the table is so slippery. Sometimes I can't I can't really grab the cards. But let me know what you think about this cards. They're new. I love them. The name was Golden Wheel. I saw them. Okay, it was my channel is Golden Truth, Golden Wheel. Okay, that's a that's a sign. So if you guys like them, I'm gonna leave the link down below and let me know if you like the new studio, how it looks. I've tried to make a few changes. Okay. Now let's get back to the reading because I know I start talking and I get distracted with with other things. Okay, let's go back with the Ace of Swords. In the third week, I see that you will have a lot of mental clarity. You will, especially for those of you who have some situations, Cancers, that you haven't really made a decision yet, or you haven't really confronted anybody yet. It's time for you now to actually be very clear with what you want. Be very clear, very go for it. Kind of cut through the cut through the BS and be very very open with what you want. You're very clear and you're very logical and analytical. You're not as emotional as you usually are. So the emotional part has kind of worn off, and I see that you're more focused on really what is really good for you, what is really good for your future. What do you want for yourself? So you have this new idea coming that is going to be the beginning of something great for you. Okay. So even for some of you, even might be the way you've been thinking, maybe a different approach to life. Maybe you've kind of meditated and kind of started looking at things in a different point of view, kind of thinking, okay, so I have done things a certain way for so long, and this hasn't really taken me anywhere. So what is my next step? What am I supposed to do next? Is this the right way of looking at things? Is this the right way of doing things? Kind of like having that kind of going through your life and realizing that sometimes the things that we do, or the things that the decisions that we have made in the past, have those been decisions because we really wanted those decisions, we really thought that was the best thing for us, or because our family pushed us towards that direction, or you've done things for other people, not really for yourself, to prove something. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. Now you're clear with what you really want. You have this mental clarity, like something really clicks and you're like, okay, this is what I want for myself, this is what I want for my future. And it's as I said, it's the very beginning. And we have the snake symbolism, which in many cultures many cultures is being used as a sign of wisdom, because it's also, and being grounded, being really connected to this planet, like really being in tune with what's happening in the planet. That's because because snakes are in the ground. Their whole body is basically in the ground, so they can sense things that happen in this planet much earlier than any other animal, like earthquakes and stuff like that. So that that's knowledge that comes with that. Okay, that's why we have the snake symbol. I have my snake ring here, symbolizing that many ancient cultures use the snake as a symbol. Okay, and I have a feeling this also has to do more with, for those of you who in the Chinese horoscope, you're the snake sign. So I know one of the years is 89 because myself, I was born in 1989. So I'm the year of the serpent. I don't know the other ones. I have to Google those. So you guys Google them. I should have done it probably before I started the video, but I was just filming after filming. I apologize for that. This is mostly going to relate to those cancers that have born during the year of the serpent. Okay, they're in the Chinese zodiac, the serpent sign. And yeah, it's this mental clarity that you're finally having, cutting through the BS and getting to the point, which is going to change a lot of things for you. Okay, and in the last week, I see, ooh, we have the Lover's card. Beautiful. Oh, little snake here again. We have the Lover's card. So the Lover's card, of course, speaks about love and relationships, being in tune with somebody completely, finding the true love of your life, finding your true soulmate. For those of you who are in relationships, you have found the love of your life. You have found that true soulmate. For those of you who are not in relationships, or you're not interested in being in relationships as of this point, you're happy being single, this is also an indication that you are making the right decisions for yourself and for your life. You're in the right path. You're doing things right. You're in tune with your higher self, with who you are meant to be. But mainly for those of you who are in relationships, this is very, very good indication that you have met the right person for you. This relationship was fated. This is a long-term relationship. The chemistry is very strong between the two of you. The understanding is very strong. The harmony within you is very strong. So this is a good indication. Oddly, in this card, there's 3 people here. Usually, it's only. It's usually in the classic tarot, it's just 2. It's usually a couple symbolizing the Lover's card, but I guess that's what the author thought about the perfect union, not a duo. So yeah, that's the symbolism behind the Lover's card and what I see for you in the 4th week. Also, Cancers, I see a lot of, with the community card, I see you will have a lot of support from loved ones, family, friends, people that are close to you, that really care for you, that really love you, that really want to be there and support you. So yeah, I see you being blessed with a lot of really, really good people in your life that do have your back, and they're going to do anything to be there for you and help you and support you. Okay, so that's very good indication. I see you spending time with them, as I said, celebrating, especially in the 1st week with the Sun card, really enjoying the company of others. Okay, and from your spirit animal for this month is the peacock. Beautiful, beautiful bird. Love peacocks. And the message is, let yourself stand out and be noticed. Cancers, you sometimes tend to be very emotional and kind of closed in. Like, you're not the type of people that are very loud and in others people's faces, or when it comes to that's more like a fire energy element. So it's time for you now to really shine. It's time for you now to stand out from the crowd. So do something for yourself that's going to help you feel better, or that's going to help with your self-esteem. This can mean, I don't know, maybe buy some new clothes that you really like, changing your hair, or getting a new haircut, or anything you can do to kind of add to your appearance. I'm not saying, I don't want to say alter your appearance in any way, but kind of just just add to it, or small little tweaks and improvements, but nothing extreme, because you already have that beauty within you. You just need to showcase it now. Okay, it's like the peacock, when the feathers are closed, when the tail is closed, it's still a beautiful bird, but it doesn't have that like wow effect. But then when they open their tails, and you see all these beautiful colors, and you're like wow. And that has to do, as I said, with enhancing your beauty a little bit, with for some of you with makeup, some of you just changing your haircut, or buying new clothes, or changing your hair color, or anything of that sort. That is gonna help you yourself increase your self-esteem, and also make you stand out from the crowd. Now it's time for you to do so. Okay, Cancers, from the Oracle of Love, the message is new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. Okay, as I said, connect this again with the Ace of Swords. Okay, very important. A lot of you Cancers will have this awakening moment when you will feel different about your life, about the way you have been doing things. You will want to change. That's why I said it's new love. It's not just in terms of a couple. Yeah, it can symbolize that for some of you. It can be a relationship between two people, but in the more broad spectrum, this is about you doing something that you love when it comes to your work. Think about it, we spend most of our time working, so it's important for us to do something that we really love and that we really care about, instead of doing something that we're not really excited or happy with what we're doing, and we're miserable for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, how many hours you guys work. So that's that love there is very important. It's also your spiritual growth. It's important to focus on getting a new perspective in life, and it doesn't matter exactly. That's why I don't really like putting terminology, law of attraction, or I do use the law of attraction. I've used the law of attraction before I even knew it was called the law of attraction. That was just, I thought it was just me being stubborn and and just being like, oh, I want something and it's gonna happen and that's it, and just putting positive energy out there, positive thoughts out there, and thinking, no, I want this is gonna happen, it's gonna come true, and there's no way around it. There's not even a chance that it's not gonna happen, because I want it, and that's it, and it's done. But I just thought at that time it was just me being stubborn. It wasn't really called. Later on, I realized it was the law of attraction. But anything that, it's just important that you feel good in your heart, that it feels like it's the right thing for you to do. That's why I think everybody should be open to different things, okay? It doesn't matter exactly. Some people can be into religion, some people can be into spirituality, some people can, it doesn't matter what the name of the religion is, or what branch, let's say, of spirituality you're drawn to, as long as it gives you some sense of purpose and some sense of peace, and you're happy with what you're doing. That's what is important, and it makes you a better human being for yourself, more loving, more kind for yourself, for your family, and for the community around you. That's what matters. Okay, it doesn't really matter what exactly it is, because I think that's the reason why we have so many different religions and so many different things going on, because people can never seem to everyone agree on one thing. Okay, if that was the case, we would have a one universal universal religion, but that's not the case. So hey, if if you like something and you feel good with it, it makes you a better person, and it makes you help other people, and be a better human being, I have no problem with that. I'm open to, I like that saying, like, I believe in everything and I believe in nothing at the same time. So me personally, I'm just open to things. Tarot has worked for me. I recommend it because it has worked for me. It has given me clarity. I love it. I practice it. I like it. Other aspects of it, like the witchy kind of part, I'm not really into that. Just because I just like to, I just think like, okay, there's some truth to it, so you have to put the positive affirmations and everything out there, but at the end of the day, you gotta work for the things that you want. You have to get up and do it. Like, that's what the truth is. You have to, there's multiple components to it. It's just not just one thing. Okay, so just be open-minded, and don't ever be, what I don't like is extremes. I'm never pro extremes, extreme religion, extreme like fanatics. That's the part that I don't agree with. I think people should respect each other's opinions, each other's decisions. That's what I personally think, and I like to be open-minded. I like to ask questions and know, and if I feel it in my heart that that's the right thing for me, or that's the right thing for somebody, then hey, that's the right thing for them, or that's the right thing for me. So that's great. As long as I said, we have peace, that's what's important. And Cancers, the message from the Oracle of Healing for you is sensitivity. So yeah, I see like a lot of energy about you coming out of your shell, Cancers, and kind of healing those wounds that they're there from past traumas, or anything that has hurt you, or any person that has hurt you. It's time for you to kind of heal that. That's what I see with the sensitivity card. And it's time for you to work with your heart and your feelings, because we have a lot of green in this card, indicating the heart chakra, and the nymph, or the fairy, or the wood fairy, let's say, or the forest goddess, or I don't know what exactly we're looking at. She's pretty though. She has half of her face is covered, indicating that she is still sensitive. She is still shy to express her true feelings and her true emotions. Okay, so make sure you're working on that part. You're really looking into your heart, into what's going on, especially if you have if you happen to have like triggers, like things that people might say, or sometimes you might overreact to something, and people might say like, what's wrong with you? Like, where's it coming from? Like, this is not a big deal. Well, why are you reacting this way? Like you just snap for something. That's probably because there's something deeper than just the surface. Okay, there's something deeper that is making you so sensitive, something that it's triggering you to act a certain way. And it's very good, and it's very healthy for you to realize what that thing is, what those factors are, and kind of move on with your life, and kind of just move on from there. If you keep it inside, and you're like, and you pretend like it's not there, there's nothing is going on, everything is fine, like, no, you have to face it. You have to face it. You have to face this sensitivity so you can really close that chapter, so you can really let the wound heal and breathe and heal, so you can move on to something else, and you can stop this from affecting your future. Okay, because if the wound is still there, if that pain from the past is still there, okay, and I'm just gonna give you guys a practical example. So if you've had a relationship issues, right, that in the past you've been hurt by someone, okay, and now you have trust issues and something triggers you, and even if your current partner is not really doing anything necessarily wrong, but you even talking about something just makes you snap, because you're like, oh, no, automatically your brain goes into, no, I've heard this before, this is gonna end bad, blah blah blah. Like, that's not gonna help you in your current relationship, so you're gonna continue to have the same pattern and create issues. And so you want to avoid that, and in order to avoid that, the best thing to do is to really face that, face it up front, those issues with your heart and with your soul and what's going on in those scars. Okay, I know that's the most difficult part. It's much more difficult to make ourselves responsible for our life than to, the easy thing is to play the victim and be like, okay, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, I don't know, other instances fault or other institutions fault or whatever. It's never our fault, never taking full responsibility for how our life has turned out, or our parents, or no, the best thing to do is to face it, face the reality, face the mistakes, face the reason why something failed, learn from those lessons, and move on with your life. Okay. And the last message is from the law of money and the law of attraction. And the message is, the law of attraction adds power to both problems and solutions. Okay? And let's read what it says. The realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step, but once you have identified that, the faster you are able to turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the better, because a continuing exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. The problem is a different vibration frequency from the solution, and all thoughts or vibrations are affected by or managed by the law of attraction. So basically, it's the same thing that we were kind of discussing with the sensitivity. It's important to face the problem and then focus on fixing it. But you do have to make the first step, or taking it to the surface, realizing it, learning from it, and then quickly move on to solving, to finding the solution. What I dislike, or is a pet peeve of me, is when I talk to somebody and they give me a laundry list of why they can't do something. Like, that is, I can't stand that. Like, don't if you're gonna talk to me like that, then don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I can't have that. Give me a reason why something should be done. Don't give me a list of all the things why you can't do this, because of that, because you don't have time, because excuses. Don't give me a whole list of excuses. I can't take that. Just give me reasons why it's important for you, why you want this done. Okay? That's basically you focusing on the solution, not focusing on the problem. How are you expecting to find a solution if all you're doing is focusing on the problem? And that's my issue with when it comes to like friends or even family and stuff. We start, like, if the argument, if the conversation goes that route, I'm like, no, I can't have this conversation with you, because all you're talking about, you're telling me that you want this for yourself, you want this for your life, and then at the same time you're giving me all the reasons why this can't happen, and I just can't do it. I can't. Everything is possible. Okay, as long as you're alive and you're breathing, everything is possible. Don't tell me all the reasons why it can't be done, why you can't have the job that you want, why you can't have the man or the woman that you want. Like, I can't do that. Focus on the positive. Focus. Let you focus on the positive. Focus on the solution. Focus on the things that you want. Let the universe do the rest. Okay, let God, universe, whatever name you're using for it, let that do the rest. Let that person or that entity or that spiritual being, or or do the rest. You just ask for it. Ask for it, want it, feel it in your heart that it's going to happen, and it's going to manifest somehow in your life. It's going to come. But it's not your job to know every single step. If you, with your mind, you can't figure every single step, yes, because we're not even evolved to that point when we can see everything. Like, we're not even on that level. That's why some things are so difficult to even explain for people that have had encounters with, like even dreams or something that you like spiritual encounters or anything of that sort. Like, it's difficult to explain because there's not even a word for it, because our vocabulary is not even rich enough to give something spiritual an explanation. It's very vast. We still need, we're not even on that level yet, in my opinion. So just believe. There's a sense of believing it. Especially, there's one thing about every single religion. There's one thing that they all have in common. There's always the idea of believing. Okay, believing that something is going to happen. Having faith. The idea of faith. What would you have faith in is different, but having faith is the basis of it. Okay, and that's what I think it's important. So yeah, focus on the solution. Don't give too much power to the problems. Okay, all right, my friends, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you again for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this reading, please share it with your friends and your loved ones, and I see you on my next video. Bye bye.